Like, how is it at 5 years old, right? I saw it so clear that I wasn't going to waste my time with this kid, little punk, two-timing me with my twin. I was like, what? And I said bye to him. Why was it, as the years go by, right, I started tolerating so much bullshit? Helping women find their person is so fulfilling to me and to my soul. I feel like it's my purpose to do this. I love being a mom. I have 2 little girls, Bella and Juliana, and they're just absolutely everything, right? But I'm telling you something, like, as fulfilling as it is to be a mom, right? The next best thing, and I should mention to being a wife to my amazing husband, Will, which for sure you're going to meet him because, he's going to be on the show too. Do you call this a show? Is it just a podcast? I don't know. Clearly, this is my first episode, so bear with me. But my whole thing that I'm trying to tell you is that I absolutely love helping women not settle for bullshit and not tolerate any more bullshit and find the love of their lives. Like, oh my gosh, this is something that I've always dreamed of and I can't believe it's happening. That is what fills me up, like, to the core. Do you know what I mean? And this is my mission for you. You are here and I am talking to you to connect with you. Like, I really want you to show up here. The way that I tell all my clients to show up is to show up open and vulnerable, right? That's the only way that I can get through, because it is so comfortable to stay exactly where we are, not do anything different, and just keep going through the motions. But you're here for a reason, right? You're like, okay, what the hell? I am ready for love and I haven't been finding it. So what the hell? And you are actually taking action to be here and say, wait, maybe this girl, right, knows something that I don't. And I'm telling you something, I do. This is what I need to tell you. I need to tell you the story of how I figured out how to find my person. It was not luck that guided me to find the love of my life. It was clear steps that I took. And those steps I have taught to other women, and they have taken it and have found their person. Okay, so I know that this works, and I know that if you really, really let me in, like into your heart, right? Like really show up here. I'm going to show up for you. Like, I feel like you could feel me, right? I care so much. Like, I feel like God has enlightened me on my path, and trust me, this journey has not been an easy one. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about that so you can understand where I'm coming from. I started dating at 5 years old. Like seriously, I know that sounds crazy, but I remember his name. I don't think I can say his name because I don't want to get sued. But he was adorable, like dark brown hair, brown eyes, like Latin little boy. Because I'm from Miami and I'm also Latina. My mom is Cuban, my dad's Ecuadorian, and we have Spanish blood in us. Anyway, I grew up in Miami, and this boy was absolutely adorable. I was crazy about him. I was always, since 5 years old, boy crazy. I think a lot of you may can relate, right? So I was with him, and I remember specifically him in nap time, and I looked over and he's cuddling with my identical twin sister, Carolyn, which I call Caro. You'll hear me say Caro. And I, without hesitation, like this is so absolute, like I remember like it was yesterday, I was like, it's bye-bye time. Like, that's it. And you're going to learn that I do this with my women. The moment you see a red flag, it's like a deal breaker, right? It's time to say bye-bye, right? And so I did not know about this whole bye-bye thing, right? But at 5 years old, seeing this kid, right, who I was crazy about, in nap time, cuddling with my sister. Not only that, I remember his hand going over her red little shorts on her butt. And I was like, that's not right. I was like, what is happening? Next thing you know, nap time's over. like soon after. And I talked to him at the swing set, and I'm like, it's over. Like, we're done. So I said something like, we're done, or very simple and short. And like, it wasn't even up for debate. You know, like sometimes when you're about to break up with someone and you're like, kind of like, hoping that they fight for you, like you're hoping that they're going to be like, but wait, I'm so sorry. I really care about you. Like, no, like I was so clear, like, bye. I was like, no, it's not going to work. And he was, oh, wait. And I just walked away. No, it just done. And it's interesting as the years have gone by, how much I have tolerated. Like, I wasn't as strong. I wasn't as clear. Like, how is it at 5 years old, right? I saw it so clear that I wasn't going to waste my time with this kid, little punk, two-timing me with my twin. I was like, what? And I said bye to him. Why was it as the years go by, right, I started tolerating so much bullshit? I'm going to tell you why, okay? I am so, I've seen it with my own eyes, and I had this moment of clarity after so many breakups. Like, as the years were going by, and as I was investing my heart and soul into different relationships and trust, I will share all of that down the road, right? But I just need to give you like the general story here so you understand where I'm coming from, okay? Have you ever just jumped into a relationship, invested your heart and soul, and said, hey, I'm here, I love you, I will do whatever it is to make this work, and then it fails miserably? Like, has that happened to you? And you're like, what the hell? Okay, it's okay, you keep going, and you jump into another relationship, and then what happens? Same thing, you're alone, single again. That was happening to me over and over. And, I was killing it at my work. I was working at this really prestigious private school in Miami as a teacher. I was an English teacher for 7th graders. And, I just always excelled, right? And I had an incredible work ethic, being a daughter of immigrant parents, right? I had an incredible work ethic, right? So I'm used to working hard and getting amazing results, right? So that's what was happening to me in my career. Like, I was just excelling and getting this amazing position and opportunity. And now I was like getting voted amazing teacher of the year, things like that, right? But when it came to my love life, it was a hot mess. Like, I was like, what is happening? Do you know what I mean? Like, I need you to tell me for real, because I really feel this is something that I am finding with so many of us badass bitches. We are ambitious badass bitches, right? We're killing it with our work. And then when it comes to love and our, like, where's our partner and our person, right? It's falling totally flat. So I'm going to tell you, after one too many breakups, and I was like, oh my gosh, it was a year and a half. Okay, this is the last guy before I met my husband. So it's very important to share this one, because this is what leads up to the game-changing moment in my life, right? So I was with this guy. I'm not going to say his real name, right? Let's just call him New York guy, because we're dating. We were actually living in the same building in South Miami. And then he goes off, actually we become serious, right? And then he wants to pursue acting in New York. And I am the best girlfriend. I'm like so supportive. And I'm like, do it. I'm like so supportive. I go visit him. I am like amazing, right? And I am like ready to like move there. And, honestly, what I realized was like in that moment, after a year and a half, right? Well, he straight up just told me. I didn't even realize. I was like, I'll move here. And he's like, no, don't. I'm like, what? I'm like, what? Don't you want me here? I just felt like what was wrong with me. I felt like, yeah, like I just wasn't enough. I felt like, well, what can I do to make you love me? And it was such a sad feeling. Like, it was heartbreaking, and New Year's came and we celebrated New Year's, and it was just the saddest, like such a sad, awful New Year's. And I just realized this is like, it can't, like, it is never going to work, you know? So I was back in Miami and I was so sad. And I was in one of my favorite bars in South Miami called Bougainvillea, and with my amazing friend Melissa, and we're sitting there and I'm like, another asshole. I just can't believe this asshole. And she's just like, I know, I just can't believe it. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, she's being a good friend. And then I was like, oh, what the fuck? Like, my eyes just like, what? And like, I just got hit with some crazy aha moment. And she's like, what? What happened? And I'm like, they're not the assholes. I'm the asshole. And she's like, what? What are you talking about? No, like, he was an asshole and all your exes, like, they're assholes. I'm like, no, but I'm the asshole because I'm choosing to date them. Like, I am. And I started thinking, I go, was there a way for me to see that they were an asshole? like, wait a second. And I looked at the one from New York, the New York guy. I was like, we broke up. Was there any kind of red flag in the beginning? Yes, there was freaking red flag from the very beginning. But why did I just sweep that shit under the rug? Why? I just kept sweeping that shit. And I have to say, wait a second, that was that guy. So I should have, that same shit that, you know, and like specifically, by the way, side note with that exact New York guy, I remember my really good friend, John, he told me, we were out and John goes, hey, Jackie, he grabbed, you know, because he got upset, the New York guy, and he grabbed my arm like really hard. And my friend John was like, you touch her again, I'll fucking kill you. Like, it was like straight out of like Carlito's Way or like some one of those like mafia movies. And I was like, oh, but it was interesting and crazy to me that for me, it was like, oh, and I will move to New York with you. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I tolerated so much. Like, where was that 5-year-old girl? Where was that 5-year-old girl that I was like, oh, you're cuddling with my twin at nap time? Bye. Like, where was that girl? Like, that girl's gone. That girl now I'm sitting here. And at that time, I'm like 24 years old, sitting with this guy, grabbing my arm and really rough. And, like, he just wasn't pleasant. And I'm there like, okay, sure. And tolerating it. Okay, have you think about how much bullshit you've tolerated? Like, seriously, how many times in your relationships with your ex-boyfriends and whoever, how much did you tolerate? Right? And this is part of what my mission is in this whole podcast, right? And this is what I do with my coaching, with my women, and I am doing this for you. Like, I want to share all of this with you in the hope that this resonates with you, that you can relate to this and be like, oh my gosh, I have been tolerating so much bullshit. Maybe you are currently with someone that is making you feel less than. And I am here to just tell you that, oh my gosh, the moment that I've realized, wait a second, I am giving my power away, right? I am just choosing, like, I'm basically reacting to anyone who comes my way. I'm reacting. You like me? Okay. You want to go out with me? Sure. You want to have sex with me? Okay. And I just realized, wait a second, I am worth so much more. I am so valuable. And why? Like, I'm getting emotional thinking about it. Because it's like, that little 5-year-old girl like knew better, right? Like, why am I just now tolerating so much bullshit and being treated like this? Like, I was less than. And so, game on, bitches. You know what? That's when I said, okay, no more. I am not going to date anybody that's not worth my time. Like, I want to choose. I was finally intentional with the way I was dating. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't just reacting. I was going to focus on me. And if I am going to bring anyone into my life, you are not going to take anything away from me. You're not going to take away my worth. You're not going to take away my value, make me feel less than. You are going to add something to my life, right? And that was so different because every single guy up to that point literally sucked the life out of me. Like so much energy went into each one of these guys in different ways, which by the way, on this podcast, you're going to hear all about it. You're going to be all about my business because I'm going to bare my soul for you. And the reason why is because the more I bear for you, I want you to really open yourself up to me and we can really connect. Because at the end of the day, this is something that I am so big on with finding your person, right? You want to find your person. It's not about a physical connection. It's not. Like, that's why I kind of love this whole podcast idea, because what I want for you and for all the women I work with, right? It's not about, oh, hook up with them, be physical with them, hold their hands. No, it's like about the emotional connection. So I want me and you to connect here. Okay. I want you to feel like what I'm saying. And I want you to feel it so much where you're like inspired or you're empowered or you're like, oh shit, I don't have to tolerate shit. But this is like first episode. We're just getting to know each other. But I want you to show up here so open and vulnerable. And I hope you do. Okay. Because I'm already like on the like tears here. And I love that. Like, I feel like this is like such an amazing opportunity that I have to connect with you on that level. So I'm going to just wrap up this story because it is a happy ending. I promise it is. So I wrote a list at that bar in Bougainvillea. I wrote a list of all the things that I want in my ideal partner. And there's like, I think about 23 things. And I am so sad that I did not save that list. Like, I really am like, I wish that would have been so freaking amazing to have it. But it was about 23 things. And, and things that were nothing physical, nothing. It was really important to me where it was like intelligent, passionate, sweet, like just a nice person, doesn't have a temper, because his last guy did, right? I didn't like that the last guy was always like, he didn't know what he was doing. He was very wishy-washy. I've dated losers galore. I've dated guys that I've always tried to change. You know what I'm saying? I tried to like help them and save them and fix them. And I'm like, I don't want to fix anybody. Like, and by the way, you can't. So I learned that the hard way, right? So I wrote this list down. It was so clear and it was so amazing because I put that shit in my pocket and I did not deviate. Like, I really didn't. I was like, I am going to show up for anybody that I meet and talk to them about real shit. Like, not surface bullshit, but like real deep things in that first hour of talking to somebody. That changed everything. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, we all live in the freaking matrix. Like, that's what it feels like. We're like, don't scare them away. Just don't tell them too much. Oh, if you want kids, don't tell them that. Surprise them 2 years later or a year later. Like, talk to them about all the things that you really need to talk about in the first hour of whatever you want and dream of, and whoever you are and whatever you want in your partner, you show up like that. It's like a simple concept, but it's actually so hard to actually do. Like, I'm realizing that, and I respect that so much because it is a journey. For years, you've been hearing to play the game. Don't scare them away. And you feeling like you're not good enough and painting yourself to be some person that isn't even you, probably. Do you know what I mean? Like, I felt like I was showing up and meeting these guys trying to not like ruffle any feathers and, oh my God, let me be the perfect girlfriend. And at the end of the day, guess what? They didn't love me, right? They didn't stick around. What I want for you, okay, is to see how that moment of clarity that I am convinced God had a hand in, right? Whatever you believe in, God, the universe, whatever, there was like divine intervention, because I was at my lowest when it came to love. Like, I was just like, I am so over it. I am over all the assholes. It was just like, you're done, and you may very well be there right now. Okay. But you're hearing this and I hope to inspire you. because after that night, everything changed. I went off my way and I didn't look for anybody. I wasn't looking. I was just being present, living, and having faith. Having faith that, you know what? My person is out there that will love me for me. I'm not going to pretend to be anybody else but me. And eventually, I'll run into them. All I need to make sure of is not to waste time with the wrong guy. Because this is something that I realized. I kept jumping from relationship to the relationship to another relationship, and it was all the wrong guys, all the wrong assholes, all the whatever. And the right guy may have been crossing my path, but I didn't realize it. I didn't notice it because I'm busy trying to fix somebody. You see what I mean? So my mission to you, right, is, okay, be available. Give that space, right, for the universe to give you your person. Give the universe the opportunity for you to meet them. So a lot of times we are so worried and, oh my God, I need to make it work. Has he texted me? Looking at my phone and, oh my God, like, where is he? Does he love me? He's the wrong guy. He's not your person. Do you see? So I need you. I know this is all like bananas to you, right? You're like, what is this bitch talking about? Trust. I am celebrating 15 years married to my person. I am so blessed, but I need you to understand it's not luck. I found him and there was clear steps that I took and it literally worked so quickly. And that same method that I used, other women are using and they're finding their person. I know you may be hearing this and being like, that's not possible. But this is where you're limiting yourself, okay? This is where I need you to challenge yourself, right? This is where, like, it is possible. Wait a second. Think about it. What if for years you've been hearing the wrong shit? Oh my God. Yeah. Have I been investing my time into the wrong guys? Have I been tolerating so much bullshit? Wait a second. What if God or the universe wants me to meet my person and I've never been available because I've been with the wrong guys, right? It's possible. Listen, at this point, you're still single, probably, right? You're here. You will not lose anything in doing this. You will not. Because the whole point is you shall never, the goal is you never talk to someone more than an hour because you're talking about real shit off the bat. I know. And we're going to have different episodes where I'm going to talk about what that looks like, how direct messaging, how to talk to people, and how to really like bare your soul quickly. I'm going to bring on Will, my husband, and we're going to talk about how we first met and from his perspective and my perspective and all these things. You are going to learn so many skills and so many things that will help you get you out of your own way. And I promise you, I just am so excited to be here for you. We're in this together. This is my passion to help you find your person. Like my clients tell me all the time, they're like, oh my gosh, like they make it seem like I created that person. like I met that person just as I was doing your program. I'm like, I didn't create them, but I really feel in the bottom of my heart. And it's like, it's so like the universe has your person and you're just in your own way. And I am here to move you out of your own way. That's all I'm doing. And I appreciate you for being here, for listening. I am so happy that we're connecting and that I am going to help you find your person. This is happening. This is when your life changes. Okay. So if you want, I would love to hear from you. I'm going to leave the links down below where you can comment. You can tell me things that maybe you want me to make sure to cover on future episodes. I am so excited to hear your story, and you can email me, Jackie@empoweredwomensguide.com. And I just want to connect with you and help you find the crazy love that you deserve. And remember when I say crazy, okay? We're not talking about that toxic bullshit. I'm not talking about crazy where you can be completely real and authentically, zenfully you. My mission is to really help you find that crazy love. Your love of your life is absolutely waiting for you. And I am going to help you find them. Thank you for being here. Thank you for connecting with me. And I'm going to see you next time. Every Monday and Thursday, I'm going to show up for you. And I cannot wait to help you find your crazy love story. Bye.